by trying. The opening of the fourth chakra in the gateway was also a culmination of the four elements: earth, air, fire, and water, which represented the graffiti writer, the DJ, the b-boy, and the MC in hip hop. A true hip-hop alchemist must be initiated and have mastery of all four elements before advancing to the higher realms. This marked the arrival of the underground that had love for hip-hop in their hearts and were initiates of the sacred sciences. Their time was to take back the planet from those that were using hip-hop to destroy it was vastly approaching. It was no longer a mystery to the Days or the Keepers that the true chosen ones were from the underground. These were the people in possession of the esoteric science of hip hop, capable of the spiritual journey into the fourth dimension. The heart chakra was the 0 point between the material world and the spiritual world. This threshold was where the war of the worlds would take place. The battle lines had been drawn between the Theys and the Keepers that longed for material possessions in a world based on matter. The underground that had always aspired to reach unreachable heights in the realm of the unknown. At that point, there was no more gray area left on either side of the gateway. Anyone undecided about who they're willing to fight for were stuck in the void between the fourth gateway forever. This would lead to the demise of the Theys as a whole because their nature were material beings. Even the most advanced occultists among them was at the point of no return. Their only hope relied upon a few female keepers that they had planted their seeds into in an attempt to make it through the shift, and a few of the male keepers that they planted into their sexual energy during the same-sex rituals. Therefore, as long as the keepers were willing to fight for material possessions, the Theys had a fighting chance, albeit a very slim one. Even though the keepers were about material possessions, within them lying dormant were the four original elements and the melanin to activate them. So some of them were able to carry on the mission of the Theys if their focus and intent was strong enough.
Yeah. The War of the Worlds quickly turned into the War of the Words by the year of 2016, as the inner and outer sun extended outer into the throat chakra region. The blue sun in the sky represented the realm of evil. The fifth element. The harmonics of the planet escalated to a higher frequency, causing many that were not vibrating high enough to become deaf tones. The greatest weapon on earth at this time was sound and ability to use words to manipulate it. Other important factors were the intent behind the words, good or evil. One's vocabulary represented how many bullets you had in the chamber of how sharp your lyrical sword was. And the right in which these words were delivered determined whether one had an automatic, semi-matic, single shooter, a shotgun, or however quick and efficient you could wave your sword. This set up the ultimate lyrical battle between the keepers of the secret and the underground movement. Knowledge would be the deciding factor. The more one studied, the greater the warriors he or she was. No longer did it matter if one opponent had a fly car and tons of money, which gave him the edge, or if the other MC was broke and living in the hood. If the latter possessed more knowledge, he would undoubtedly be the victor. The underground would have to eliminate the keepers in the energy of the Theys before the planet reached the seventh gateway, or the future would be doomed. It was all or nothing for both sides. Two factions, both very powerful at this time, fighting for the future of humanity.
has been said by the ancients that whatever doesn't kill you will only make you more stronger. By 2017, only the highly advanced Gagatas remain and were more powerful than you can imagine. And with the sun changing colors to indigo, the mutation back into the gods that the Gagatas once were also complete. The first eye that used to protrude out of the center of the heads of the gods was not only fully visible now, but was fully activated as well. Their physical bodies were transparent like and filled with light. The Gagatas were becoming light beings that no longer relied on their physical abilities, but the realization that all is mental gave a whole new meaning to the term Badaron. As the keepers,
You said all is mental? You went through those laws?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all need to stop. Catch me up. What's going on? I'm walking in and out. I'm trying to get stuff together. I'm hearing all these strange names.
The world is
Make it as simple as possible.
Levels of the chakras. It was waiting people out by
chakra.
Yeah, basically.
The world was based off the chakras. Like one day
and
the sun
hip-hop
rose and it was red, and for 7 years it would go through the chakra stage. Like every year would be another.
So what's the order? What's the colors? What's the order of the colors of the chakras?
Let me go back to
Well, first off, what's a chakra? I mean, wow, y'all getting kind of deep.
I know what the chakra is.
Go ahead.
Hold up. Hold up. Let me forget
Come on now. Y'all reading about chakras? Y'all done read?
It's a
Y'all
spiral
kept on
energy
reading?
inside of your body that spins when it's activated.
It's a what?
A spiral energy inside of your body that spins when it's activated. And it
What good is it?
Tension.
Can I charge my phone on it?
No.
You probably could if you
Well,
do
yeah.
something to your fingers and you could do something with it.
So what good are the chakras?
They
see.
bring energy to you if they could. I mean, I don't know. I never
It's like
activated all
beings
mine.
of light within you. I mean, and it's connected, let's just say, to the Most High. That's your connection.
Okay. So the chakras connect you to the Most High.
Yeah.
All right. All of them?
Red
How many of them? How many of them?
7.
There's 7. You know where they are. So what's the colors for the 7?
Red,
Orange,
yellow, green, blue, indigo, and they say
So
Violet.
7 chakras
Violet.
like the 7 principles?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, and it's sky blue, not blue.
no, it's actually not. Green, blue,
No,
indigo, violet. Indigo is a blue,
yeah.
but that's like midnight blue. So then you might have sky blue. You right. All right. Or, but then I don't think it's that light. But go ahead. Go ahead.
And then first day, whoever was operating on the lowest chakra or didn't have enough melanin, they burned, they died.
Okay. And what, did he talk about what the lower chakras control?
Yeah, the root chakra.
What does it control?
I mean,
Your
your desires.
Desire.
Materials.
Oh, red desire. Okay. All right. So what's the next chakra?
He went to the yellow and what was it?
Orange.
Orange.
That's
Yeah, I go
like
orange.
that creative energy.
Yeah. If what happened? It got more bright, and whoever wasn't dark enough still, if they got killed. And what happened again?
Then the next year.
The yellow came, and who was the yellow?
Yellow is what?
Hang on.
Fire. Well,
So you got
That's
red,
the
you got orange, you got yellow,
That's
you got
the
blue.
it said that he said the third chakra symbolizes fire.
The third chakra symbolize fire.
Yes, it's the source of food that can sustain life at this time of the planet.
All right. What else?
Maybe because it's the creative.
And,
So maybe we
when
might
that
need to break
happened,
this down a little bit more
when the yellow-
and not read the whole thing.
Yeah, when the
'cause-
yellow happened, the third eye came out. Like it started forming. Like it started growing. The more they rose, the closer they illuminated. I mean, got connected. And then the heart came. And then it said, if you didn't have real love for hip hop, the real desire for hip hop, the love for it, you would die.
Hip hop.
Yeah, this is all
So-
based off hip hop. Like,
All right, cool.
is a world.
So the chakras were fueled by hip hop.
yeah, and whatever you like, if you know hip hop and you love hip hop, you would live. If you didn't, you would perish. So I went to the third eye chakra. No, I went to the throat chakra.
So what is hip hop? Did they describe what is hip hop? So, because according to this myth, because basically what y'all reading is a myth, right? And it's sound crazy, don't it?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Sound crazy, right?
Talking
About as
like
crazy
the
as somebody walking on water or somebody raising the dead, right?
Jesus.
I mean, right? Or somebody going to a cave, praying an angel come and give them a whole religion, or somebody meditating at the bottom of a tree, and at the bottom of the tree he faces death and all his daughters, and conquers everything for man, right? Or as crazy as somebody being crucified on the cross and being rose up, right? It sounds crazy, right? So my question is, what is the hip hop that is energizing the piece? Because if y'all don't understand the story, we need to stop. Because I don't want nobody going home talking about, we was talking about gagots and green people and hip hop and chakras and you know. So we need to have some clarity. So where are y'all on the story? Do y'all understand the story? What's going on?
Only the strongest and the most spiritual will survive.
Survive what?
Survive the shift into the fourth dimension or the fourth world.
Wait, hold. We're not in the fourth dimension now?
No, not yet.
How many dimensions do we experience right now?
We're in fourth dimension right now.
Are we?
Yes.
What's the fourth dimension in?
Well, third dimension. I don't know what fourth dimension. I don't know what that is.
Ooh. He ain't tell you what the fourth dimension
Well,
was?
He did not.
He's telling us like he's leading it up, I guess. And then when we get there, it's gonna be a fight or something. I don't know.
So they're not in the fourth dimension. They're being prepared for the fourth dimension. So what are the first three dimensions? I mean, because we get deep, we might as well. Y'all want to go? Y'all, we deep. Y'all understand it? Let's go and talk.
What are you talking about? The element?
No. Well, how many elements are there?
4.
No.
5. Either.
God, y'all just was that simple. Y'all don't know how many?
7.
It's 7 elements.
Whoa. Earth, wind, fire, and
Water. That's 4.
Earth, wind,
Air.
wind, and fire.
It's not wind.
Earth, wind,
air.
air. Okay, all right, air, because air makes the wind and what?
Air, water, fire, and ether.
All right,
Combines them all as 5.
What we call it?
I say ether.
What we call it? The 4 elements come together to make what? We don't call it ether, you know, because ether can be confused because as deep as Nas's song was, ether can mean something deep or it can mean something that you cut dope with. So I don't want no confusion. 5th element is life. All right. So now, boom, we got the 5 elements, 4 dimensions. The three dimensions. What are they?
The 3 that we deal with, if you look in mathematically speaking, we look at length, width, and height. If you want to go to a 4th dimension, we add time. So we're getting ready for time travel or time manipulation.
He did explain that.
Now, yeah. So he explained that y'all ain't catch that.
No, he explained that we were going to be it was going to be a time shift or a time travel, but he didn't explain the first 3 dimensions.
Okay. So, because we assume that we know it. Now, check this out. How do you see the world? I want y'all to see something real deep here, right? Because I tell y'all, it's 5 parts of the human being. IMESP, right? Intuition, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, right? Mm-hmm. See, I'm trying to get y'all. So, because remember, in the definition of a nation, the last one is a common language. We talk in the way we talk so that we can develop a common language. Why? When we have a common language, we can have a common understanding. All right? Now, so we got intuition, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. IMESP or IMESP. You know what I'm saying? Now, how do you see the world? Explain me how you see the world. How many dimensions do you actually see in the world?
How many dimensions we see in the world?
Yes.
Well, we don't see time because you can't time.
You can't. Y'all, we ain't even reached the time level yet. See, because that would be that
We're not gonna.
that would be. I can't wait for that. It's coming. Might not be in my lifetime, but some of y'all lifetime, y'all might be dealing with that. But how many dimensions do you see? Because I'm going to tell you, I'm trying to show you how dope you are. How many dimensions do you see?
3.
No, you don't see 3. You see 2.
One in the right eye, one in the left eye.
No. They combine into one, right? So you see length, you see width, right? How do you figure out the rest?
Another one multiplying times.
Huh?
I said multiplying times.
Like for example, I'm reaching for my mic. I'm seeing the mic in 2 dimensions, and I'm reaching for my mic.
Oh.
How am I actually able to grab my mic and make everything work together?
Oh, I see.
Huh?
The brain tells us.
My brain can't see it. My brain is only seeing 2 dimensions.
Your eyes.
Now my eyes is what's transmitting the 2 dimensions to my brain.
It's feeding itself back to you. I don't know.
Kinda.
Your nervous system.
I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say your mentally gets to know.
I guess. Right? My intuition is working. I know how the world should be. So I'm able to see the 2 dimensions so I could grab the mic when I want to, right? I'm not missing. I don't have to guess about it. I mean, I don't have to really go around it. I guess. Right? Guessing is part of that intuition. Your whole life, you living off your intuition. But we just don't know that. Right? So what if we was to start trying to learn how to focus that? Right? Not just going in, and it's deeper than just going to a math test and just guessing the right answer. You know what I'm saying? But there's other things that we can start learning how to use our intuition for, other than just put stuff together. All right, break. Somebody keep on breaking down the rest of the story. Come
so
on.
when the third eye, and like you said, you got to be spiritual, or you had to be spiritual, or you had to be very lyrical, but conscious lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
You had to, whoever had the most like lyrics, the most words they knew, they would be the most powerful. Whoever had the less would die and perish.
It's actually the older the hip hop rhymes, the stronger the energy. That
So
if you knew the first,
the older the mantra, the more power was generated.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know what a mantra is?
No, not at all.
Y'all know what a hook is?
Yeah.
Give me an example of a hook in a modern song.
It's a chant.
You mean the chorus?
Yeah.
Chorus,
Yeah.
hook.
Yes. It's when they say when they say the same thing. Like it's like they start off the song with the chorus, and then they give the message, and then they go back and say the same thing again, and then they give another message. Then it might end the song with the chorus.
Give me,
I can't give you anything.
y'all ain't got no examples of no choruses?
I got
What's
plenty
the
of
latest
examples.
chorus?
I just can't rap
We got one. He said, baby, won't you come out? Now, so,
that was the one I was
in the
thinking of.
story, what did the mantras do? Or what did the lyrics of the hip-hop songs do for them?
It will elevate the spiritual chakra, make them stronger.
It would make them stronger.
It would feed them. It would feed
If they
them more
knew the
spiritual
oldest
energy
hip hop
and
song
feed
ever,
their chakra.
that's when they was the most powerful. If they didn't really know hip hop, they would not.
And the more they sang it, the more times the energy would get. They would get energy.
So every time they sung a mantra, they were building up energy.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they sung a song, they was building up energy.
Yeah.
Is that happening now? Or is that just something that's in the fairy tale?
Well,
Gospel.
Huh?
Gospel is
I mean, because all religions do have music.
gospel is an example because they singing, they gonna do that little stomp dance. That's that energy. You know what I'm talking about?
No, because I was
You know what I'm
thinking
talking about.
power
As soon as
to
you play that
church,
song,
yeah.
they gonna start doing that dance.
Oh, you talking about the Holy Ghost?
Yeah, the Holy Ghost.
It
But
does.
what about when you go to the club and somebody, that's my son? What? I mean, but seriously.
they choosing to feed off the energy. They choosing to take in the energy that's that they're singing. I guess if you hear the song as well, you also gain some of that spiritual energy.
Oh.
If any spirituality can be considered.
So songs do give energy.
Yeah, definitely.
Every song has a frequency.
Yes, but only if you choose to tune into it.
Oh, come on, dog. Let's get real.
Well, no, I can't say that because you can't say that because somebody you
On the
choose
radio,
to
you
tune
listen to
into it
radio.
because sometimes
Yeah, I listen to the
that
radio, but not all the
repetition
time.
is
But
another
if I choose not,
learning.
if I choose
some
not to,
songs that you be like, oh, I hate that song, but you'll know every word to it just because it's been played over and over again to you.
Alright.
Keep going. So they feed off the energy of the song. And the older the song, the more powerful the song was. And it helped them to survive. So what they do with the power that they developed off of the song? Huh?
We was getting there. I don't know.
Oh, y'all was getting there.
Yeah, we didn't even get to the other two chakras.
So y'all
What other one?
y'all covered the first chakra, right? You called it the root chakra. And the color was what?
Red.
Red.
That's the navel. No, that's not the navel.
Alright. Then we had the next chakra, which was orange. Right? You really didn't have a name for it, but you kind of knew what it did.
Yellow.
And that the other one, the navel chakra or something like that?
Yeah, it's right here. It's 2 inches. It's 2 fingers right below your belly button. That's the second chakra, right there. Alright? Orange, right? Then we move to the yellow, which is right here. Right here at the solar plexus. So, this chakra is so powerful that if me and you get in an argument and I hit you in this chakra, it's called the brain of the body. That's why they call it the solar plexus. If I hit you right here, your brain will keep working, and words may still keep coming out your mouth, but your entire body will shut down. Right? Right here. And you say that one is yellow. The color of the sun. Okay, then we got the next
Green.
one. Red, orange, yellow,
Green.
and green. Oh, man. Green chakra is right here. It's around the what? The heart. This one allows me to be able to reach out and to feel everybody. This is the one with compassion, right?
One that helps you get to the higher.
I'm moving towards the God level. All these ones. This one is basic survival, and it's kids up in here, but it's right here around the sexual area, right?
The next is
Right? All these 3 right here deal with basic survival. The ones up here, because these are the ones that's running the world right now, and all the music that's being shot at y'all right now, even some of the church music, is aiming right for the heart. You know what the heart controls?
Get to that next level.
Huh?
The blood.
Not just the blood and
Oxygen.
compassion. Have you ever wondered why compassion is lacking in a lot of the areas that we live in? Because I won't even call them communities no more. Compassion is lacking, especially for somebody that look like us. Right? All right, what's the next color?
What?
That one is right here. Heart.
The throat is
Blue.
Throat.
Blue.
Blue.
No matter, it's blue. Sky blue.
You know what this one do?
Nope. Talk.
no, it's like the send out vibration.
You can you eat.
You do a lot of talking. You have never said words to somebody that are actually bringing them to tears.
Oh, yes.
You have never convinced nobody of anything. It ain't just talking, dog. You understand what I'm saying? This is a weapon. Anybody watch Doom?
No.
Woo! Nobody here ever watched Doom, the movie Doom?
No.
I did.
The you have? What was the ultimate weapon that they used in Doom?
But there was some, I don't know what was the huge. And the one you was talking about the one with Rock in it?
No.
There was another Doom.
Talking about all right, I'm old. All right, in Doom, which is a sci-fi classic. Y'all, really, y'all need to see Doom. And it basically, what he writing this story off, a lot of that stuff come from Doom. D-U-N-E. Sting is in it. Those of you that's old enough to remember Sting. Dang, I'm old.
Sting.
Oh, y'all know what Sting is, the wrestler?
Yeah, the
Oh
wrestler
my
Sting.
God.
Sting from WWE.
No, the guy who that guy got his name from.
Oh, it's over.
Sting is the singer in the Police. Well, anyway, their major weapon was their throat. They would sing and make things blow up.
Or die.
Right? Because think about it. What happens in order for you to talk? In order for me to make sound, what has to happen?
Voice box vibration.
Your voice, it vibrates, right? So now, if I'm able to make my voice box vibrate to the same tone as a glass, what happens to the glass?
It works. Shatters.
So if I'm able to make my throat chakra vibrate to the same level that your body is vibrating at, what happens?
You are going to implode.
Or I can heal you.
Yeah.
Or that too.
If I can make it,
Oh, they
see.
say likes cures likes, so therefore. Yeah.
All right, so y'all on these last two. Don't do y'all reading.
We about to finish
It
up.
has been said by the
Indigo.
ancients that whatever doesn't kill you only makes you more stronger. By 2017, only the highly advanced Gye-Nyame remaining were more powerful than you can imagine. And with the sun changing colors to indigo, the mutation back into the gods that the Gye-Nyame once were almost complete. The first eye that used to protrude out of the center heads of the gods was not only fully visible now, but was fully activated as well. Their physical bodies was transparent, like it filled with light. The Gye-Nyame were becoming light beings that no longer relied on their physical abilities, but the realization that it all is mental gave a whole new meaning to the term battle rhyme, as the keepers in the underground alike both had the ability to bring anything that one
So what happened?
rhymed about. The third eye got fully visible. They became transparent, like you could see through them.
Wait. The who?
Third eye.
Where's the third eye?
He called it the first eye.
Right here.
He called it the first eye, though.
Oh man, that ain't real.
It's, no, you can feel it itching sometimes.
Right here.
It's real. It is real, but you might be like, oh, it's just, yeah, it does, yeah.
What do they call it? What's the real name then? If it's huh?
What?
Did you say Illuminati?
What?
Oh yeah.
Third.
Oh, I mean, you said the Illuminati. You know who was the original Illuminati, right? You.
Oh, the Hindu, they put the little red dot right there. I forgot what it's called.
I'm confused. What?
Huh?
I'm confused.
Y'all, you didn't know that y'all was the original Illuminati?
I don't even know what. No. I don't even know what the original
Illuminati.
No.
Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for that.
If we
Y'all
are-
ain't up on y'all studies. Y'all don't want to talk with me. But hold on, time out. So, what is the third eye called?
The first eye, actually.
The pineal gland. Alright? And where does it rest? This is an actual gland. It rests where?
In your
It's on
forehead.
your brain, but it's like a little acorn. Like,
It's like a ear, right?
yeah.
And it exists right here, and it usually manifests right here, right?
Right here, but sometimes you'll feel
Alright.
energy, like I said, sometimes it's
And it became transparent, like you couldn't see him, only could see his energy, like you couldn't see, there was no facial feature, it was just straight see-through, but you would see legs or whatever go through.
Alright.
And then they became like, whoever was left was like lyrical, so they was like more level heightened rap battle. Like, there was higher level rap battle.
Alright. And so that's what happened. Alright, so that's this one right here. The seventh one, and the color is indigo. I think I spelled it wrong.
No, you spelled it right.
Is it right?
Yeah.
Alright. So, go and finish the last chapter so we can go finish up and I can show y'all what I'm going to show y'all.
Into a physical existence. That meant that if the MC said my microphone was like a shotgun, I blast you real fast, and survivors know there's not one. That's exactly what will happen. To encounter such an attack, an MC will have to say something like, I stay in the stealth mode and play dead, and then grab my mic, load it up, take an aim, and spray lead. This is the battle of the minds that will take place of the rest of the year between the keepers and the Gye-Nyame. With full pineal power and astral projection could take underground to defeat the keepers, who could easily escape into another dimension by activating the Markaba, which is the field of light that surrounds the body.
Spell it. Markaba.
Merkaba.
M-E-R-A.
A-B-A.
And what is that?
Which is a field of the light that surrounds the body in the form of a spaceship and allows one to travel faster than the speed of light to any desired destination in the galaxy. I don't know what that is. Never heard of it. But because of the shift, the planet was on lockdown, so everyone was trapped here on the Earth until the opening of the seventh gateway. This made it easy for the underground to search every corner of the Earth to destroy the keepers one by one. It was a fierce battle between spiritual and material forces, but in the end, the spiritual beings prevailed. Now, the moment that the underground was waiting for, the moment that had long been prophesied about was here. The Earth and everything in it belonged to them. The Galactus, who were the first to occupy it, would also be last. The book of the Genesis states, God created the heavens and earth in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. The Bible also states a year with the Lord is like one day. From the year 2012 to the year 2017, the earth cleansed itself in what seemed like 6 days. Now it was the year of 2018, and the seventh and final gateway was open. The sun reached its apex in the sky and with the brightest color of violet. To prepare for the joyous event, the surviving members of the underground movement sat in the lotus position and meditated heavily on opening the crown chakra and became one with the infinite. Then it all became crystal clear. The days, the semis, the angalaxons, the illumination, and the keepers of the secret were all different aspects of themselves that the chosen ones had to defeat to reach the highest realm of existence. Yet no one really existed at all. It was all a dream in the mind of the creator, and hip hop was one of the many expressions that God used to learn about itself. Just as the universe is filled with billions of stars, each body represents one of the billions of atoms on the earthly realm that transports information back and forth within the mind of the creator or the spiritual realm. The Galactus had come to learn that the earth and their bodies were all an illusion. The Galactus were not human, but spirit beings having a human experience. The creator designed hip-hop to be the ultimate experience because it embodied the first 5 elements that the creator used to create everything on earth itself. These elements were the earth, air, fire, water, and ether, melanin. In the hip-hop, these elements were known as the graffiti writer, the DJ, the MC, and the b-boy. The 5th element was smile and prepare for the next experience because through the proper use of hip-hop, the Galactus knew that there were no limits to what the creator could think of next. Until we met again on another sci-fi adventure, this is the Black Dot saying peace.
That was an extremely long chapter.
Yeah. So what happened?
Took us at least an hour.
Outside, somebody sitting outside.
7, the mission opened up, and then the days, it was the undergrounds, and the Galactus were alive.
They the underground sat in lotus position, and then they came to the realization that all of the other races, as you so call it, were actually just other entities or variations of themselves that they had to defeat in order to be one with the infinite.
And they wasn't human beings; they were just spirits having human experience.
In fact, the whole world wasn't even real; it was all a dream. That's what the fourth dimension
God
was.
Came up with a dream with hip hop, and he used hip hop to figure it out. Now it was all illusion.
So wait, time
It was all a dream.
out. So in the story, the individuals that went through all the suffering and all the pain and all this and went through all these levels finally made it all the way up to the top and figured out that it was all a game or an illusion that they were playing with themselves.
Yeah,
They was playing with themselves.
All the chakras, all the ones they defeated, all the
Or they
all the
were
different,
all combined. They were
all the different
one.
races.
They was playing with themselves. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
so. If you put it like
Different
that,
aspects of their
sounds
own
real
self.
rhetorical.
They
Only
might
older
have
people
been
get that
dealing
one.
with your lower self and your higher self, so it was all still connected.
Yeah, they was like defeating every level they would have to get to would defeat another defeat
Another
their
level.
chakras. Yeah, and the ones that didn't make it, they didn't make it. Like
So
they bad.
So in the story, my fault. What was the color of the last one?
Violet.
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 The last color. The
All
last.
right. yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Do these chakras actually vibrate at this color? No. But what the colors do, it gives you something that you can focus on in your meditations so that you can see. It gives you something that's graspable, something that you can understand on your level. These energies are actually doing different things and looking in different ways. They're not necessarily just red or orange or yellow. They might be a mixture of all the colors. But when our ancestors wanted to make sure that we had them or had an understanding of them, they gave us something that we could understand, because everybody know what the color red look like, right?
No.
Right? Everybody know what the color red look like. Remember, our people communicate through pictures. We do symbols. You know what I'm saying? This whole word thing, when it comes to a true spiritual level, is kind of confusing. You know what I'm saying? So our ancestors would come up with a way so we could give you an image. Right? Because you can't really explain God. Can you really explain God? Can you really, you know what I'm saying? Can you really explain the experience? Has anybody ever had experience so deep that you can't explain it? Even if you tried to explain it, people wouldn't understand it. Anybody here old enough to have one of those? I'm glad, because I was about to give you one if you ain't have one.
Yeah, I've had one.
All right. Anybody else? You had one? Well, if you haven't had one of those experiences, you need to have one of those.
I had dreams that I could never.
An experience that humbles you and it lets you know that there's more going on than you actually really understand. Right? Now, for example, how many of y'all know that the earth talks? How many of y'all ever heard the earth talk?
Yep.
I ain't talking about the air. I'm talking about the actual earth.
Yup, I've heard it talk. Every time it rains, thunderstorm, that's the
no.
Yes.
That's the other element.
You talking about
no,
the
that's
horn?
them talking.
Huh?
It sound like a horn, a war horn is blowing.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
What?
Yeah, it sound like a
It's
war
a-
horn is blowing.
It's a deep vibration that a lot of times you got to step outside the city to really hear. Because in the city, they keep us so busy with so many things that we can't really connect with. Now, the thunderstorm and stuff, that's part of the earth, but that's like the earth's hair. You know what I'm saying? If I shake my hair and it makes some noise, that's not me. You know, that's my hair. It's part of me, but it's not necessarily me. Right? When I'm talking about the earth, there's a deep, low rump. What are you doing? There's a deep, low vibration, right? That, if you really tune into it, you'll be able to hear a lot more than just the earth. Right? And sometimes you can do it sometimes. But a lot of times you got to get outside to see. That's why we be pressing the camp church. Now, all right. So, you got all of the chakras. He went through all the chakras. He put it into a nice little story with different colored people. And what color was the Gagas? Is that how you say it?
They said it was original people.
There was original people? So what was they like? Give me a description.
I don't know. They didn't really
He didn't give a color?
He didn't give none of them had colors. It was just the summarize in terms of each color.
They never gave it.
They never gave a color or races. He would just call them by like their names. I think the
So I
keepers
guess
or somebody was the first. Like he had different, like their names was different
the
colors.
was the
So he
first.
Who was their enemy? Or was they
they
enemies
all
of each
had
other?
the underground and the upper ground was the enemies. The underground came up on the last day and killed. Well, the day before the last, and killed all the keepers. And the
Who was the keepers?
It
Was
was the
the
keepers of
keepers
the
Gagas?
secret. It was the keepers of the secret of hip hop. I guess I don't know. Secret of
All right,
secret
so
society. I guess.
this is part of the homework. I need y'all to go home and get a better understanding of the story. Right? I mean, because you read the story, some of y'all seem to enjoy the story, right? I need you to get a better understanding of the story. Because you telling me they came up and killed the keepers of the secret of hip-hop. Now I got to ask the question, why did they kill the keepers of the secret of hip-hop?
Because they was their enemy. Like
Why?
They stay on the ground. Because they was the
They were actually
They was all
protectors
cool
of the
at
day.
first.
Of
You know what I
the
mean?
days.
Before the
So it was a group called the Days.
it was the Days, the Keepers, the Gagatas, the Anglo-Laxons, the Semis.
So which one are we?
We the Gagatas, I guess.
Are you guess?
Well, I know we are. We
I mean,
the
that's
original
sort of like
people.
reading the Bible and be like, I don't know whether I should be Jesus or the devil.
We the
Come on,
Gagatas.
man.
We the Gagatas, and he didn't say nothing but white people. Well, the white people were the first ones that died.
Get your ass up. Get in here.
We need to use the mic.
What you talking about? Good grief. All right, now. So, we don't know who we are.
We the Gagatas.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because we was the first one here, and we the last one.
We're the darkest. That's what they say. The
And
Gagatas
that's
will
it.
have the most melanin.
All of us ain't dark.
Well, I
That's
guess.
because, that's because some of us got white
Other than
ancestry
white people and all the other races.
Now,
and poor
all right,
quality.
cool.
and
Now,
less-
I want somebody to prove me wrong, right? All people have melanin.
Yes, all people have melanin.
So if all people have melanin,
All plants have
Is it not
melanin,
concentrated?
all animals
well,
have
I don't.
Yes.
So if all people have melanin,
What was the concentrated?
how does? So some people have more melanin than others.
No,
Yes.
Some
No.
people-
Are you
No.
sure?
Concentrated.
Yes.
It's
no,
for,
no. Let me
like,
explain.
Go ahead.
Okay, the others have a poorer quality of melanin than we do. That's what it is.
Like,
Okay, and what determines the quality of the melanin? Is it like a melanin potency test or something? I'm just asking. I mean, because we say this stuff, yeah, I want you to be able to stand up on it when you say it. You say that you have a better quality of melanin
Well,
than
what
somebody else. What makes your quality of melanin better?
Well, I can prove-
Sasha, you're not gonna read all those books. Don't you put another one down?
Well, I can't necessarily determine how, but I can prove that I have some of us have better qualities.
Go ahead.
The darker your skin, is, that means you have better quality of melanin.
You sure that's not
That's
pigment?
not, huh? You said what?
Said you sure that's not pigment?
Ooh.
I'm
And
positive.
you didn't present proof. You just said it. I'm supposed to take your word for it?
You don't have to.
well,
I'm confident in my
the
own.
most melanin, concentrated melanin is your pineal gland. So,
You said who?
your pineal gland. That's the most concentrated. That's where the most concentrated melanin is. So, I mean, I looked up this thing. It said melanin is $350 a gram. So that's like that's some money. So, I don't know.
But everybody got melanin.
Everybody don't have the same amount of melanin probably in one concentrated area.
But we do know that it takes melanin to live. So everybody got to have melanin. If there's no melanin in an entity, they cannot survive. There is no spark of life. So what makes your quality of melanin better than somebody else's? Go ahead. But how do we know? The question I'm asking is,
Your bloodline.
how do you know that you have more melanin?
Your bloodline.
So how do we track that? So some of us might be at but we don't ask the questions or do the research to support what we believe. If we believe that we have a better quality of melanin, then somebody as young as Jewel should be able to explain it. If it's true. What are the proofs that the melanin you have? Because if it's about being dark, I done seen some white people sitting out all weekend coming here as dark as,
Not true.
huh? I have seen, what I saw. I have seen Europeans who have sat out in the sun and walked in dark. Huh?
How dark we talk? Yeah.
Maybe as dark as you.
Oh,
That's it?
Now, I ain't seen nothing like this here, you know.
Yeah. So.
At least him.
Oh, dang.
Jewel?
They was that
You
black.
ain't pointing at Cleve. Oh.
Definitely Mark Anthony.
Oh boy.
That's because they
And
tan.
some even browner.
Mm.
Yucky. So I'm the only one that's seen white people walk around with a extremely dark tan.
That's because they tan. Though.
No,
That's because like they're.
Wait, time out. The basis of your argument is your dark melanin. So if an individual could go out and sit in the sun and absorb sun rays and turn dark, what is the difference? Go ahead.
We're born with it. They're not. They gotta go out into the sun to get it. We could just live. We were born in it.
Not only that, when they go out into the sun, there's chances that they may acquire cancer and other things. And some of these people that we see that look appear, some of these people that appear, well, they. Tan on. So it's not even that they're going out in the sun.
The ones that I've seen, I wasn't there with them, but I don't think they sprayed this on. So what does it mean when I see a black man coming in peeling?
Which one?
I mean, he's been black his whole life.
He shed his cells.
Turn into Michael Jackson.
Skin cells.
No, see what I'm saying is if we actually believe this, some of y'all or some of us in here need to go and do that research.
Gye-Nyame,
We looked at the 7 chakras, we looked at the colors of the 7 chakras, and we looked at the 7 principles. All of them are important because every color represents something, because there's a certain reason that we use the color red for emergencies or to let you know that you need to stop. Orange means something and it affects you in a certain way. Green affects you in a certain way. So all these colors represent something. So we took the principles and we applied it to the chakra to help you remember. So each chakra has a name, right? Now, so in the usually Gye-Nyame fashion, we flipped it upside down. So we don't start, as a tribe, we don't start with Umoja as the first principle. We actually flip the whole principle system and go backwards. Anybody know why? I want y'all to think about it. Why would I take the principle system and start from the bottom?
Because you want
It seems like
to
maybe
have faith to start it all. Like start off, you know how to say, have faith or blind faith or whatever. Have faith to step out and go into the world.
Okay.
Faith is needed, I guess.
That's pretty good. Go ahead.
Your question was, why do you start from the bottom and work your way up?
Ooh, yeah.
Because that's how any foundation is built. You start
Well,
from
man,
the
I
bottom.
heard y'all people built the pyramid from the top down.
No. It's not possible. It's not possible. You would have to have started with the bottom and built your way.
Okay, I'm just saying. Because you will run into a group. Because I want to prepare you for this, grandson. You're going to go into a group one day. And you're going to be talking. And somebody's going to be like, you know why people built the pyramid from the top to the bottom? Everybody in the room going to be like, yeah!
What?
Oh, I'll be like,
I'm going to be like, what?
It did like he said.
You worry. Bitch reaction.
That makes no sense.
Grown
Float
folks.
in the air and
Grown
then
folks who
try.
have been in the quote-unquote consciousness movement in here for a while. Have you ever heard that in the meeting? First off, the person that said no wasn't grown.
Aliens. I've heard aliens.
You heard aliens, all right? Because we ain't even getting to the aliens piece. Now, and this is one of the reasons Black Dot used the story the way he did, right? Because he didn't want to invoke a lot of You know, because he had to go into a lot of different things. But the point is the aliens and then all this. But the point is, you're going to a meeting and somebody will say something blank, flat, and everybody will just plug into it. This is why I tell you, and I constantly ask y'all, what is the weapon of a warrior? How do you sharpen it?
Studies.
So when somebody say, hey, man, they built the pyramids from the top to the bottom.
You ask, like, hold on, how they do that? Or
Man, I don't know. Their science was just too deep.
What? I want to shoot a show.
Shut your mouth. You always ask a question. Nobody asked you to ask a question, son.
Excuse me, sir.
Next. Hold on. She has something to say. Excuse me. Sam. You got something to say about the pyramid? From the bottom to the top.
Excuse me, sir. See, the problem...
Wait, hold on. Did you say something?
They won't ride.
Sir.
What? Somebody call the police. We got a terrorist.
Oh, we got a terrorist.
I think it's that kind of
I'm too black to be a terrorist. Sorry, sir.
Now,
but anyway.
So what we're going to get into now is to get y'all, to teach y'all how to ask questions. We're going to work on that. See, because sometimes the best way to expose somebody is not to always jump right at them. Because what happens is
Who, what, when,
they
where,
start
how, and why.
they start garnering support. Right? Because you're in a battle. When you walk in a room and everybody have a certain belief and you want to ask questions about those beliefs, you know what they used to do to people like you in the past?
Lynch, kill, neuter, name it.
There you go. So we build from the bottom and we work our way up. Right? Everybody want to start off with unity. But if, you know what I'm saying? And I said, dang. Because when I came up with using it this way, I was in college and I had to write a paper. And I was stressed out. So I said, I got to come up with a personal system to work because nothing is working for me. So I just had learned about the Nguza Saba and how our ancestors, you know, I was really getting into the studies. This was like 80, 88. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow. All right, cool. So we got these principles. And I said, unity. If my paper if the idea for my paper was unified, it would be done already. So I don't need no unity right now.
Because I don't have it.
I think that's what
I don't have the words to unify.
At the bottom, it's more individual, and it seems like it's working its way up to the whole.
To the whole, right? So we flipped it over, and I start with what? Faith. Imani, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in order to write the paper, I had to first have faith in what?
Your words. Yourself.
Exactly. Faith in myself that I can do this, right? So, but then we can also equate that faith with that. Hold on. That faith with that level, that desire that's down there, right? Because one of the things that keep faith going is that fire or that desire down here in that realm. You know what I'm saying? That faith, right? Then we move up to that kumba, which is creativity, right? Which is that next one, which is the color orange, right? Which is that creativity. Once I believe in myself, I unleash what? I release the ability to create. From there, I move to Nia, which is purpose, right? Once I'm able to create, I can focus that creation into a purpose, right? From there, I move to what? Ujama. Cooperative economics. How do an individual practice cooperative economics? Somebody tell me.
All your words is cooperating. You know.
What should you have to cooperative economics first? We're going to have to break down cooperative economics because a lot of y'all think I'm just talking about money, right?
No, I think it's resources, period.
Resources, right? Mm-hmm. So now, cooperative economics.
Oh, use all your resources to formulate whatever you're trying.
What are your basic resources?
Basic resources?
Yeah, you have right now.
Well, first off, to do what? What's the purpose?
Well, I was talking about writing the paper. We're working from where?
Left to right.
From individual to the whole, from internal to external. Right? True. Either you came out a master or you came out a slave. No in between. You came out alive or you came out dead. Like for example, the equivalent would be you making it to the 12th grade. Either you graduated or you died. That's how serious we was about it. Because what use are you to the entire community if you can't get your culture? If you can't get what's going to make us great? As a matter of fact, we may even say that one of the reasons we're in the situation we're in right now is because we might have had pity on too many people.
Is that because we're gods?
God is not synonymous with pity. Pity for the sheep and in the relationship with a lion. What about the pity of one of our children and a fatal disease? What about the pity and a storm that's running through a town? You know what I'm saying? See, because we want to equate, we want to take the feelings and the ideas of us, of what we need, and we want to place that on something out here that has no concern about that. We live in a universe where in all actuality we are smaller than an atom. I don't even know if y'all understand that. Right now we are hurtling through space following a sun that is spinning on its own axis, moving through outer space, and with us rotating around it. We can calculate how fast we're going. We're moving around a galaxy that is moving around a central point in a galaxy that is moving around a central point in the entire universe that we know of. All this is going on right now, and we honestly think that there is something that, and I hate to say it like this, that is focused on us. Do you know that there are stars bigger than our solar system that we could run into tomorrow? Do you know that there are planets bigger, there are planets as big as the sun that we could run into? Do you know that there's things floating out there in space right now that could land on us right now? And the only question that we really need to ask is, what are we doing with the life that we do have? Are we wasting it? So back to the pity point. You know, being a God is not synonymous. As a matter of fact, it might be kind of sometime, and I hate to say this, sometime the highest part of or the most humane thing that we can do is eliminate somebody. But that's me. I'm a warrior. I'm not. You know, that's me. Because I have seen individuals that I would, you know, but that's just my own. That's my own take. But each of y'all had your own take. Let's move on. Where was we at?
I have a question really fast.
Go ahead.
Do you find out?
No question. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do you find it ironic how you have 7 buttons on your button-up shirt?
No.
You don't find it ironic at all?
On the button should.
No.
Okay.
How many buttons should you have?
The universe is constantly speaking to us. Because we're waiting for a big voice, a lot of us is waiting for a big voice that sound like something that we are familiar with, we miss the message all the time. It talks to us in colors. It talks to us in numbers. It talks to us in the hum from the earth. It talks to us in the flowers that are out there in front of us. It talks to us even through other people and through our enemies. I had a son. This before your
My dad?
Yeah, long before your dad. This is the first boy that died. I ran into him at the Huckleberry house, and he just gravitated towards me. Mm-hmm. So I'll be sitting around the Huckleberry house. He come around. He had ran away from home, and we would talk. And I found out at the time he was in the street organization, and he got in some trouble. He went away. He came back. He was in a different street organization, and he took it straight to heart. He practiced it. They had prayers. He was able to break down their symbols because after when I was talking about the importance of symbols. I've been talking about this for years. So he went and he really got into the symbol. He was breaking it all down. So he came out of prison. He was chilling with me, and I was coming down with the flu, and we was talking. Associated with the enemy organization, right? So he wouldn't say blue. So he anything with a B. So I'm riding with him. First off, I'm upset because I'm like, dude. At that time, we wasn't called Gye-Nyame. We was the underground. I said, dude, you made it to junior conductor in the underground, and you said, I'm not gonna conversate with you. I'm gonna ask you a question. I said, hey, you believe in the Creator? Yeah, I believe in the Creator. I said, and you remember, how I told you Creator communicate, right? Yeah. I said, what if the Creator communicated with you in blue? Would you take the message? So I'm driving in my car, and he going from animated because when we get down talking, he animated. He stopped. And he froze up. And he said, Baba, I'm about to get back with you. So I'm driving. I drive home. I come down with the flu. I asked him to go get me some medicine. Nigga steal my car. This is a true story. He steal my car. He go to jail. While he in jail, he writes me a letter. What do you think the whole subject of the letter was?
Blue.
What you said about right? Creator's always talking to us, dog. This is a matter of us. Listen. Go ahead.
Okay, so you say the Creator. There have been instances and times in my life when I believe that it wasn't, I'm not going to say it was the Creator, but I'm going to say it was I've lost so many people. I'm going to say it was my ancestors, or that's who I would believe was speaking to me. So I believe that they have, my mother's passed away, my father's passed away, my grandmother's passed away, grandfather's passed away, and there's been times when I've heard voices or seen things. One thing I saw, and you said earlier, like, has there something that's happened and you try to explain it, but you can't? Right. Yeah, so I can put it in the words, but I don't think that I can get people to believe me the way I believe. That I was blessed with numbers. I just happened to see these numbers on license plates leaving work one day, and something just told me, this voice, I think that may have been me. Go play the number. I played the number and I actually hit the lotto on that number that day, but I seen this number 7 times before I made it. And I had just had a baby, and I was sleeping downstairs because it was hard to go up and down the steps. And this voice one day, after sleeping on my couch for 3 months, said, clean your room, sleep in your bed tonight. And that's what I did for 3 months. I slept on this couch in the ottoman. I had my baby's bassinet in this corner. And because I had heard voices before and I had learned my lesson with not being obedient, this day I listened. And so I listen, I clean my room, I sleep in the bed. They shoot the house up. The next day, I really want to stay home, even though I know I have to move. I really want to stay home because I'm tired. And again, it's this voice, something telling me not to stay home. And that day, voice and my understanding of my guardian ancestors and how they are omnipresent, how we believe God to be a spirit that's everywhere. And if I believe that I'm a God in the flesh, what happens when I die and I'm no longer in the flesh? It's like my spirit, it leaves, this is me thinking, my spirit now is out of that body, so it now exists in the spiritual world, which would be between earth and heaven. So I believe that the same way God is omnipresent, our guardian ancestors, after they die, they too are godlike. So now they're omnipresent. They can see things. They can hear things. And if you're quiet and if you're obedient, sometimes we think it's us speaking to ourselves because that just makes sense. I told myself not to go there. I told myself not to put that there. I told myself to lock the door. But sometimes it's actually our guardian ancestors who have been dispatched, who now are omnipresent, who now are with us, and they're actually telling us. So certain things I equate to God, but then there are certain times when I hear these voices that I acknowledge them as my guardian ancestors, which is why I understand why we pay libations. I understand all this.
Question: what's the difference between ancestors and the Creator?
Ancestors were here. The Creator, the Creator is the Creator. He created the entire, they.
Listen to the words you use.
So I'm gonna say that's what makes us gods as well. He created, we create. We create when we procreate,
so what's the
make
difference between
babies.
you and the Creator?
The difference between me and the Creator is probably that I'm wrapped in me. I'm wrapped in flesh, and the Spirit of God dwells in me.
Now, so flesh is not spirit.
Nope.
I believe your soul is your spirit.
Flesh has a spirit.
Flesh
Has.
What is flesh? If it's not spirit, what is it?
Flesh.
I mean, you know that it's not spirit. So obviously you know what spirit is to be able to tell me that flesh is not spirit. Somebody tell me what flesh is, and then let's get into what spirit is. And is there
Flesh
really a
is
difference?
physical.
Flesh can die. Flesh can die.
Does it? You can't wait. Hold on. But some of us in here have seen spirits.
Oh, we can't see spirits.
Some of us in here have seen spirits.
They
Now, my
Those-
question
but
is,
those are spirits no longer wrapped in the flesh, right?
Flesh is yourself.
flesh is
Oneself is
your flesh.
Like yourself. Well, I don't know how to explain it. You explained it one day. No, you didn't. It's something like yourself. It's a higher self. It's yourself, and then you got a higher self. So
Okay.
yourself is the flesh. Like,
So the flesh, what is?
I like it.
What is, see, because this is where I'm trying to get, this is where we need to take the conversation. What is the difference between flesh and spirit? And then what is the difference between our ancestors and the Creator? And then the most important question, what is the difference between us and the Creator? Is there a difference? It's the question, it's where I'm trying to get you to, because if I was to take a piece of meat right now, right, and I was to lay that piece of meat here, what would happen to that piece of meat? It would rot, which is what? What is rotting? What is it?
Decaying.
What's happening to it?
Decaying.
It's decaying. It's doing what? It's dying. Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh,
Then it'll turn
it's
into
breaking
dust.
down and doing what?
going back to where it came from.
Dang, the science, if you paid attention to your science class, they gave you the keys to spirituality. Energy cannot be created or destroyed.
Only
it
change.
can only be transformed. What is your body then?
All
Energy.
What is spirit?
Energy.
So what is the difference?
Nothing.
There is no difference.
One is outer, one is inner.
No, but look, one is moving at a vibratory rate that makes it so fast that you can't see it. The other one is slowed down. But this one eventually will speed up, whether my part is in it or not. This is eternal, just like the other spirit. And we get caught up in saying that there's a separation between the flesh. And let me tell you, that's part of the game they get us in. You see what I'm saying? Because my last week's a podcast was all about people separating their spirituality from their physicality. We never did that as a people. We didn't start doing that till we start messing with the Euros. That's when that started happening. Your body was a very important part of you serving the Creator. You know why? Because through your body, you are able to get experiences that you can take back to the Creator. Because as a human being, when we come in the flesh, we are getting experiences that the Creator can't get. The Creator can't die. The Creator can't suffer. The Creator can't be disappointed. The Creator can't be broke. All these things the Creator can't do, and the Creator experience it through who? Oh, wow. Your job, we're put here to get experiences to share with the Creator. Do you find it strange that the more we know, the bigger we find out that the universe we are existing in becomes? Think about that. Every time we become smarter, we discover more stars. Is it the fact that more stars are showing up out there? Or is it the fact we are receiving the ability to see the stars? Or is it the fact that we are becoming more in tune and creating more stars and creating more space for us to hurdle through? I don't know.
That's what makes space infinite, if that logic, if by what you're saying is true.
But I got a question for you. The space is infinite. Mm-hmm. So if we cut it in half, is it still infinite?
Yep.
Nobody else got that. See, that's why I love my grandson, boy.
It's still infinite. What's half of infinity? Infinity.
All right, now, you're half of infinity.
I'm still
the
infinity.
Creator, let's say the Creator is infinity. You are a piece of infinity. So what does that make you?
Infinity.
Oh my God.
Even if you're a fourth of infinity, you're still infinity.
Y'all running around thinking that this is a prison.
This is a prison.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Y'all, we run around, we've been taught that this is a prison. Why? Because if we get in tune and learn how to use the tool that we created for ourselves, right? We take over the world. Go ahead.
So, you said the creator can't suffer, so does that mean the creator basically has no emotion?
Basically.
And Lucy, that's what happened.
She used 100% of her
100%.
brain.
She had no emotions or nothing. She just.
Oh yeah, and Lucy, the movie Lucy, she used 100% of her brain capacity.
We always use 100% of our brain capacity.
Right. And she wasn't limited by our morals. Yeah. See, that's what a lot of us see. We need morals to exist as groups. See, because if I was just to get up and do whatever I want, there would be no way that we'd be able to survive as a species. Right? So we got to make rules so that we can survive. But then what we do is we take these rules and we say, these are rules that God must follow. What? What? This is the same God that made a special relationship between a lion and a gazelle. Come on now. All right, so, it cut off. Oh, all right, so, I need y'all
to eat some chicken.
Because I'm not going to be able to make it through this. So, we made it up here to Nia. Uh-huh. We have faith in ourselves in any task.
No, wait, no, we made it to Gye-Nyame.
I know, hold on. We got faith in ourselves to do any task, right? That's that first chakra, that fire. We get that fire. We can meditate on it. And we even have a hand symbol for it. Praying hand. Right? Because when you have objects, when you have symbols, it give you something to focus on. So you don't have to have faith in the abstract. What we're trying to give you is something that you can actually touch, something that you can see, something that you can actually meditate on and wrap it in your mind and have a picture of it. What is faith, right? So you move. Got faith in your ability to do whatever. We talk about a paper. I'm writing a paper. I got faith in my ability to do it, right? Boom. That sparks my creativity. Because I got faith in myself, it sparks the creativity. I'm moving up to this chakra right here. I start coming up with creative ideas. I'm able to take those creative ideas and apply it to the purpose now. Nia.
I like this.
Right? Now, it comes through Nia, boom, my purpose. I have my purpose. Boom, it's about the paper. I'm going to get this paper done. I'm able to focus on getting my work done, and I'm able to block out everything else. So now I move up to Ujima, which is cooperative economics, right? And this is what I was trying to get you to understand. How many parts of the human being is it?
5.
What are they?
Earth, wind, fire, water.
No, that's the element.
That's the element. But we do have those in us. You right.
Intuition, mental, physical, emotional, and
Spiritual.
Right. Those 5 parts. Those 5 parts is your personal community. When I'm able to garner the resources from each one of those, it makes my paper a little bit more effective, does it not? When I got my emotions working with me, when I have my spirit working with me, when I'm able to get my hand to work with me, and I'm able to use my spirit and my intuition, it helps increase my ability to get done whatever I started, right? It increases the possibility of me, it helps me, it makes it easier for me to fulfill my purpose that I set for myself, right? Then we move to what? What's the next one? Please, somebody be up to it. We did Ujima. What's unit?
Everybody, continue. I'm done.
All right. Where was that? I'm almost done.
We approach at 6 o'clock.
Huh?
We approach at 6 o'clock.
We got 15 minutes.
Okay.
He said.
You married to my wife or I'm married to my wife?
You married to your wife.
Alright. So we get all those parts to work together. Finally, we have self-determination, right? Self-determination. This is where I need to really push it out. This is where everything that I've been working on down here begins to manifest. Because my self-determination, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to do whatever it is that I say I set my purpose on. I'm going to make it manifest. And this is where you start using all these resources, getting them all to working together, all the stuff that you did up to this point. This is where it comes to life, right here, in that pineal gland, right? Color indigo, right? Finally, we move up to unity. And in unity, what happens?
Comes together.
It all comes together. It's done. You complete. I just gave y'all some steps. I hope y'all ain't missed that, right? Symbols go like this. Moja, Kuchagalia, Ujima, Ujama, Nia, Kumba, Imani. Now, for those of you, I've been practicing so long, right? Because I know some of y'all going to look at your cartoons, right? Don't for your cartoons. Y'all had this. Now, but I will admit, it comes from the ninja system. Because in ninjutsu, when you study ninjutsu, in order for them to do some of the stuff they had to do, they had to be able to focus their mind on not just the hand signals, but the hand signals represent a concept that was too big for you to grasp. So they would use the hand signals to help them focus, right?
Focus it on a single point.
There you go. What happens when you focus your energy on a single point?
If there's enough of it, it could be catastrophic.
All right. So we won't go into this. Who can I trust with these sheets to bring them back next week? I'm glad you volunteered me. Oh, you, who? Miss
Is
Tracy?
that our homework?
Huh?
My mom got that bag.
I don't know if I can trust y'all with homework.
Never leaving it.
Y'all still got to finish the book. Y'all got to finish the story. But are there any questions before I sit down? Comment, because we on the radio.
Comments.
Oh, I do have one more thing.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Follow me on I did not catch
What
that
mixtape? All right,
If you
so
would donate
y'all know-
$5,000 to my house, I would be very appreciated. I would very appreciate that.
y'all know that the Kappa trip is coming up. Kappa trip is on September 11th. Huh?
Yes, it is.
No, September 7th.
Wait, you said September 11th?
Ohio State last year, we went there when Ohio State was playing. Then we didn't get to watch it.
Hey.
So it's probably because we wasn't watching it.
I tell you. How long is the campus trip?
It's from September 11th until Sunday the 13th.
Wow, we're cutting close.
Cutting close to what?
I have band camp like directly after that.
Band camp? I thought school started. When's school start for you?
Like September 31st.
You don't go to school to September 31st?
Yeah.
What school did y'all go to?
I go to
Are you
Southwestern.
sure? When did you go on summer break?
June 2nd.
Nah, bro, that's too long of a break. But you sure?
I'm positive.
All right. So now, this is something that we need. This is work for us. I want everybody in here because now this is the point that we're reaching, right? Now,
Something like that.
one of my brothers who is an OG.
OG.
You got many types of OGs. He put in a call for my show. So all of a sudden, out the blue, I'm getting all these calls. Now, what I'm trying to tell y'all is that we are going to eventually start making money because y'all already got people listening. Now, so we're going to have stuff that needs to get done. I'm going to need to make sure y'all going to be able to speak the language. Right? Because you never know when somebody's going to be like, hey, y'all talk about some crazy stuff at that group, but I want you to send one of your young people out here to California so that they can work with some of my young people. And I want to be able to see which one of y'all going to be able to talk the language, do it. And if you don't believe that stuff like that happens to us, Deshaun, does stuff like that happen to us?
Yes. Texas, right?
Huh?
Texas.
No, you see, you new to the game, right? I done traveled all over this country to do this. What I'm doing with y'all right now, I have traveled. Matter of fact, it has given me the job that I have today, and it has kept me employed since I was 22. You don't believe me? Ask your mother. You can ask your mother. You can ask your mother. Yeah, you can ask your mother.
Don't ask
you
my
can
mom.
yeah.
Don't ask my mama. Don't do it.
I've been doing this for that long. Now, the piece is, people don't want to hear from old brother Hatim. What they might want Mr. Willie. Or they might want Kamishi, who is the guy that asks all the questions on the show. We want him. And maybe you might be going to somewhere like in Nevada. Maybe you might, but the point I'm trying to say is we need to make sure that there's work getting done and that homework is getting done and stuff like that. So now, the next step for us is that we all need to get accountability partners. Everybody say accountability partners.
Accountability partners.
That's right.
Exactly.
We need individuals to make sure that what we say we're going to do, we do. When y'all leave here talking about y'all going to do your homework, I want y'all being able to check with each other and make sure the homework is getting done. Preferably, I want the accountability partner not related to you. All right.
Anime, wherever it's called.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the point where everyone in the tribe is going to need a job. Not just a job where you get paid, but a job to make sure that the tribe is running. All right?
Good job. Goku.
Register on our site, and also, y'all need to start the course. Now, I sent everybody. Oh, God.
Mommy, that's really
All right,
Please turn on
feed
all
my
cellular
kids.
devices.
Feed my kid.
He knows
Give me a
it's going
second.
to take a while.
Hello?
He knows.
We're not cutting off the show. We're taking a brief intermission.
Follow me on Instagram at J.
Shut up. Don't even. Shut up, both of y'all. Be quiet.
Follow me on Instagram at J.1017.
Kamisi likes boys.
Really?
Follow me on Instagram at J.101703. Peace out.
Kamisi really likes boys. He likes them dark and tall.
This guy's lying.
All right, so
He loves the light skins
I
too.
just received a call, so I got a couple more minutes. All right, here we go.
He likes them big boys too.
Everyone, listen. Now I will push you, but it's gonna take so long. Everybody needs to register on. I think it's called
dark, tall, and
Coursera.
ugly.
What is that? Miss Tracy, what's the site called with the course? Versa. Everybody needs to sign up for Versa. Let me show you what it look like.
Oh, like him? Dark. Okay, maybe not dark, but tall and ugly part. That's true.
Did Devin leave?
Yes.
Straight ugly. Flat out ugly.
All right, everybody needs to sign up for Versa. I'll write it down because it's going to take too long.
Sign up for what now?
Versa.
Oh, okay.
It's VERSAL. And the symbol look like that. It's an app, but the app don't work that real. I'm just going to be honest with you. I want you to sign up on the site. I want you to go to Versal.com, sign up for the site, because we have a course on the site. Trying to take us into the next century. Kevin trip, 9/11/2015, right? Now, I got a Gye-Nyame registration. I want y'all to see this. I'll be working.
9/11.
What?
Remember the times.
So we go.
Jahani has a crossbow.
Well, if you want to bring your crossbow, because a prophet is going to bring his arrows. Now, but the PC is, listen, you will not be running around with that stuff. Because if you're going to bring it with the knowing that other people are going to use it, because we're going to organize it, and we're going to practice shooting at target.
Oh, are we gonna start hunting deer?
Like ballistic?
Yeah, but it ain't that big. You already throwing them around. But now, like I said, because as we become more organized, we'll be able to learn more things. Why you messing with my mic, boy?
Because he's talking to it.
Instagram.
I just wanted to show you what's going on with the all right, now, last piece. Now, I know I was talking with y'all about the unbleaching, right? Yeah. But I no longer need to do unbleaching because we have been hooked back up with our Native American brothers and sisters here in this area. So we're going to eventually be able to go back to some sweat lodges, and they have unbleachers. But
I don't know what unbleachers is.
Please, what is unbleachers? Tell us.
Probably new hair.
Unbleachers a vision quest. Spiritual journey.
Probably new barbershop.
A long power test, right?
How long is this power test?
What it all?
Well, now, the way they do theirs is about 12 hours.
Dang.
But the actual one, the way it's supposed to be, it's supposed to do 3 days. I did a day, maybe a day and a half.
Oh, okay.
All right, so now I got the camping trip. Those that want to make the trip free, for every individual that you invite that comes and signs up, you get $5 off. When you go on and if you share on Facebook, you get $5 off. When you sign up through the site. All right. So if you want to go for free as a family, If you can get 4 families and 5 people, it's free.
How much is the trip without?
Now, without that, for an individual, it's $25. Up.
Dang.
What? That's too much?
Yes.
For an individual?
Yes.
For a weekend?
Yes.
I'll get out of here, man.
There's like 5 of us.
Time out. Time. No.
Yes.
I ain't get. Let me give you the family part.
Right.
This is the individual.
Oh, okay.
So, as an individual, if I'm coming by myself, it's $25 up until the last week. On the last week, it goes up to $35. It say next price change, 31 days, 3 hours, 42 seconds. So anybody that want to come at $25.
42 minutes.
But wait, isn't the camping trip like this week?
No, camping trip is on. I just
The
told you
11th
September
of
11th.
September.
You. Wait, that's right. It's August.
Big.
All right.
He said, "Oh."
Now, when this countdown go down,
I'm guessing you start school August 31st.
right.
Hey, I forgot what month it was. Sorry.
All right, so let me finish. So, now at the end of this, it's $35 within the last week of the camping trip. Because what I'm trying to do is encourage people to sign up so that if we need to get equipment and stuff, we got the money all ready to get it. For the families, it's $60 up until the last week. And in the last week, it's $75. A family includes up to 5 people. All right? Family of 5. Other than that, when you refer somebody and they sign up, you get $5 off. When you share on Facebook, you get $5 off.
All I gotta do is share.
All you gotta do is when you signing up. Now don't go in and share. Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Don't just share it. Yeah, share it anyway. You know, because everybody, you know. But
every time I share it, I get $5 off.
No.
Is that what you're
Okay. I was about to share 20 times.
oh, so I gotta pay y'all in order for y'all to share something that has to do with you? That's whack.
I was gonna share it anyway.
All right. So did I answer the question about that? So now, since I don't have to do the unblature, gentlemen, y'all might want to listen to this. I am starting what I call the Warrior Dance Protocol.
What is the Warrior Dance Protocol? Hey, can we get some silence over there?
All right.
Thank you.
Warrior Dance Protocol is this. For anybody who think that they have the endurance, that think they have the nerve, that think they can do it, and you have your parents' permission, and if you're an adult, you don't need your parents' permission, we will have a bonfire set up. At nightfall, you will begin your fast, and no drinking, no water. And can you? That ain't even the hard part. That ain't even the hard part.
All right, continue.
And the warrior dance will begin from sunset to sunrise the next day. Now, you're gonna dance around the fire. We're gonna have a bonfire. I got the whole piece. Those that are interested, I have the write up for you. Right? So, those that want to do it, male and female, y'all welcome to do it.
When? I'm sorry, I was.
This gonna be the second evening. So it's gonna be the Saturday of the camp trip for those that want to do it. So what we're gonna need is I'm gonna need drummers that's gonna be able to drum for the whole 12 hours. I'm gonna need a firekeeper. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody want to do it, I got to do it with you, because I'm leading the ceremony. Unfortunately. Oh, actually,
So you can't eat or drink
for 12 hours. You sleep during that time anyway. And of course, you know you ain't gonna have a shirt on as a dude.
Okay.
All right, but hey, now it's not a necessity, and if you coming, you got to come with the right frame of mind. Because ain't no quitting, because basically it's sort of like us saluting our ancestors that ran for freedom. And you know, there was only one way of coming out of freedom, right? It was freedom or what?
Dying.
There you go. So you don't want to disrespect your ancestors by jumping into this and falling short.
Twisties.
Because I don't think they'll be too happy. All right, so I'm done.
It's a new Barbie.
I think.
As a ninja? You messed that up. That's why you messed up.
Any questions, comments before I shut off this radio show?
Yes.
Oh,
All right, go ahead, sir.
my question is,
This is my little accountant right here. Come on.
if we do it and stuff,
Uh-huh.
if we do it and then after that we complete the whole thing and then we did it for our ancestors and stuff, then what's next gonna happen?
For you, what do you want to happen? All right, now let me tell you what happens, right? As a young person, you're not going to drink. You're not going to eat, right? You're going to be in constant motion through the darkest time of night, right? Now, my question is, what are you going to do at that time? Because thirst, hunger, fatigue are all of the times and places where individuals are able to jump through the gaps of reality. So this means for somebody your age, right? You might not understand, but some of these adults that might be listening, during the dance, there's a good chance that you will be able, one, to manifest something that you want in your life, or two, really have a genuine communication with that thing you call creator or God. So, I can't offer you nothing more valuable than that. I'm giving you an opportunity to push yourself to where, in a safe environment, in a safe place, to where you can harness your energy and possibly, one, have a super spiritual experience, or two, focus on something so deeply that it has no choice but to happen for you. I like your question, though. Anybody else? And Deshaun will be taking off his shirt and dancing, too.
Oh, yeah, Deshaun. Can't wait for that.
Wait, whoa.
Boy, it's going to be funny.
And of course, of course, this will take place after Deshaun has arranged for the story of G to take place in such a manner as he did last year. After the story of G, then we'll get started. So the dance will take somewhere between 12 and 8 hours. Let's say 8 to 12 hours, somewhere around there. So it's gonna be some of the cymbal stomps, some of the songs, some of the, so we're gonna have to keep each other going. We're gonna have to work together, those that's gonna be in the ritual. Go ahead.
So what time does it end? Soon as the sun rises?
When the sun rises, you done.
So what if it's like halfway rise and then after that, what happens?
If it halfway rises, then the world is doomed, then you might as well keep on dancing, baby. That means you a powerful dancer.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
What happens if we stop? Oh, well.
I don't know. Since you're taking a pledge to your ancestors and to your creator that you're going to push to the end and you give up on yourself, I don't know what will happen. What do you think happened when ancestors have been lied to or disappointed? What happens when you break a vow?
Break a who?
A vow.
What happens when you break a covenant?
I promise.
Break a promise to something beyond you.
Well, they might not trust me anymore.
Is that acceptable?
It depends on
what Cleve did is what a lot of us do. We want to show off what we know, and we ruin it for other people.
Oh, well.
Because the only reason you know is that you was here last week when they gave the answer.
I didn't hear the answer or the riddle. So I want them to go one more again.
Some of y'all big kids do that. What he just did. So
All right.
I'll be him up.
In the
I
world,
apologize.
in the world of the deep, but not profound, there are walls with no windows, floors but no ceilings, grass but no dirt. What is in my world? There's deep, there is no nuts.
There are soccer balls. There are basketballs.
No basket.
There is a basket.
No, it's not a basket.
How, what do you mean there's
No
a
basket.
How?
It's not.
So you're telling me
You got a basketball, but there's no basket. You can shoot, but you can't make it. You can't make it.
But so what do you mean there's no
Whoa.
basket though? There is a basket. You can just make a basket.
There's no basket. You can't just make a basket. There's no basket to make. You can't make a basket.
Okay. This applies with this
You can miss, but you can't make it. You can just miss
What?
all day, no points.
You can drink beer, but you can't get drunk.
What? That doesn't make no sense. It just said you can get drunk. Oh my god.
You don't get it.
Yes, ma'am. Left hand. Adult shoot.
Oh, you're back to the conversation. She was like, so, huh? We was at last.
Mom's on the way.
I was like, so you gonna hit me up? She was like, yeah, we're going to, just don't worry.
Johnny, are you talking about your ugly girlfriends again?
No,
Maybe spike with a brick, boy.
They all have big foreheads.
He talks to ugly girls.
His girlfriends think they have boobs.
Girlfriend probably ugly too. I'm not playing.
And she's in the 6th grade.
My Leah's out there and know that.
Oh, okay.
Anymore. Anymore.
Has anybody noticed how much money they make off those sports?
Off the what?
A lot.
Yeah.
The people who own the organization, a whole lot.
What?
No, I'm talking about the little kids sports.
Right there, baby.
Little kids for it.
Like AAU?
The man who was in Gye-Nyame, he's in prison now because he didn't pay taxes. And when they disclosed how much he was making, not total, they only did the concession stand, and he was like in the millions.
Shut up.
Just the concession stand, and he never paid any taxes. So they shut that down in Gye-Nyame, and that was football.
And I said that.
I gotta work with football, but I have to figure out how to get them.
Why you mom take your phone? Why your mom take your
That's
phone?
what I was asking.
What's the stuff?
A game day on the campus like that.
She's a
Well, that's on Saturday.
Dang, boy.
Only all the home games. We get the buses there.
You work at the games?
No, I just. Yeah, but I gotta figure out how to get down there.
What, boy?
And it said, I'll check and I was like, so, I don't know what time the game starts, so I might be able to like, make sure they get there. I know I can't go, I gotta work it, but I can come, I won't be there, but I'm not gonna be there the whole time, that's how that's gonna work out. Yes, it is. I don't care about the game. I'm just trying to, because I already got the
And that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons we waited so long, because we had to get this count. I mean, it's so close.
I got the schedule, but like I said, I'll work around something, at least to make sure that they get there. And if I gotta leave and come back, I got a game. Because it's only how long is it? Like about 45 minutes away.
I believe it's. You ain't never been to Olive Creek Beach?
No.
Oh, all right.
Maybe I have. Okay, I have. I ain't
I tell you right now. Have you ever been out to Polaris?
Oh, yeah. I have.
It's right behind Polaris.
Oh,
so,
okay.
How about that? How about Hoover's Down? Mm-hmm. You been to Hoover's Down? Mm-hmm. It's right there. It's right there on the down.
Okay.
Oh. Man, it still was recording. I hope nobody said nothing inappropriate.